Is there any chance of that gap changing? Not really, right? So you've already felt, it's already defined for you. You understand that? Any questions about Tampa? Camden. What's different between Camden and Pittsburgh and Tampa? We've already talked about. Huh? Yeah, the cover. What's the coverage in Tampa? Let me ask you this. Once we make the solid side call in Camden, so let's say we say solid left, what does that mean to us? Let's say it's Camden stick, okay? Once we make the solid side call, what does that tell us for the rest of the down? Tell me what that means. What does it mean? First of all, what does it mean coverage-wise for us? It's to say it's still an over front, right? So what does it mean coverage-wise? It's always cover 4 to the solid side, and it's always cover 2 to the weak side. What does it mean run-wise? Huh? There's no fall. So we're always 4 over here. So if you're on the solid side, you're in the secondary. Are you ever going to be in the run fit? No. If you're in the flex side, you're always in the run fit then, right? So who are the lever players and who's the spill players and who are the lever players in this defense? Lever, spill. So what does that make the will linebacker? Because we said earlier in the week, what does it make him? A force player. So, and we just said, there are no fall rules, there's no hands, that'll never change. So once it's set, it's set. You can line guys anywhere you want to have. We're always going to get the run fit from these 3 guys, or from the Mike and the solid, and our lever player's always going to come opposite the solid side. Okay? That'll never change. It doesn't matter where they align guys. You could line 3 guys out here. Will this guy be in the run fit? So let's say they lined up like that in trips. What do we play out here? We just said we always play cover 4, right? So the Will's out here playing 4. If they lined out there and they put a fullback out here and a tight end there, who's our lever key at that point? Who's our lever key? Huh? Who would be the Mike's lever key? Who's he relating to? So where's his gap? Yeah. Period. So the buck linebacker is going to play what gap? A gap. The corner's got this gap. So if this guy motioned over to here, the Will would bump down to his tight end. The Mike would bump to what gap? A gap. Where would the buck go? B gap, but he's sticking. So he's going to play what? C gap. And he's got the outside gap. If they line in a 2-back set, where's a Mike going to line, Trevor Roach? Yeah.
I'm going to line just like Jersey.
Where's that?
I'll be stacking the
3. Where's the Will linebacker or the buck linebacker going to line? Why are you stacking the nose? Why aren't you lined in that B gap? So what does that spill mean to you? What does it mean to be a spill player there? Huh? I know that. What else does it mean? What if you get action? What if you get run this way? Huh? You got to slow down, right?
Yeah, because it's not like...
I just talked you right out of it.
It's not like...
If you get flow away from you and you're in spill, what are you going to do? Huh? You can go fast, right? But you got to check who along the way. You got to check that tight end along the way. But if they run this way, they run lead in here, and we have a stick happening here, you got to get in where? A-gap. If they run power, what's the will going to do as a force player? They run power here. Okay, what's the will linebacker going to do? Michael Rose. Tell me exactly, stand up here and take me exactly how you're going to play that technique. Because we went through this the other day. I want to see exactly what steps you're going to do and what you're going to do. The ball's tight, Coop's your tight end. And you get the fullback coming at you. What are you going to do?
That's what the tight end. You get up inside the fullback, or in the guard. Kind of split the fullback and guard.
What do you have to do as a force player? Make sure nothing gets where?
Outside.
Nothing. You just said you ain't getting inside of anybody, ever. You're turning everything back in. Come here, what else are you going to do? Are you going to turn your shoulders inside? You're going to turn your shoulders inside, right, and take it on?
Yeah, stay square.
How are you going to stay square? How exactly are you going to do it?
You gotta go. I'm not here with him.
Okay, so if that tight end's down, I'm going to step down with him. How am I going to stay? How do I want to protect myself to play that technique? What are you going to do? Outside arm free. What foot up?
Foot up.
Which one? The inside or the outside?
Inside.
Inside. Damn right. Inside foot up. Do I want to run up the field to play my force technique?
No.
I want to basically stay pretty close to the line of scrimmage. Why is that? If I go up the field, what do I do? What do I do, D-line? Create a bigger gap, don't I? And I make the 6 techniques job harder, I make the Mike's job harder, and I make the Buck's job harder. Okay? So I'm going to keep everything inside. I'm going to keep that inside foot up. I'm going to keep that outside arm free. I'm going to make sure I'm not stepping up the field. I'm going to make sure nothing gets outside of me, ever. Nothing gets outside of me as a force player. Okay? So I get power. Bucks. The Mike's tracking here. Tell me what I'm doing when I get the guard pull and fullback wide. How am I playing that technique? What am I doing? Huh?
Track the guard.
I'm going to track the guard. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Right. First thing I'm going to do is transfer my eyes to that tight end. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Because I might be getting a shallow cross. Is that corner? We going to ask that corner to play that shallow cross? We're going to take that shallow cross, aren't we? If I'm the Mike, what's the first thing I'm doing, Santos? First every single time. It is a buck. Now I look and I see the tight ends blocking. Now what am I doing? So they block here, the fullback's here. And the guard's here. So how's the Mike going to take that on?
Hit it hard from the tight end.
Hit it hard, but we need somebody in that gap, correct? So do I got to go slow or can I go fast? Can go a little bit faster because I'm a spill player. Because I'm counting on this guy playing the cutback. Okay? Any questions there? Now let's take it through some other sets. Because we said there are no fall rolls, there's no hands rolls here. So we go, they line up like this. Tight end. Tight end. Z. X. What would you make that call? Make a call, Mike linebacker.
Right, Mike.
Solid right. Where's the will alignment? Huh? What are we playing over here? Huh? 4. What are we playing over on this side? Huh? Right. We're playing cloud, but cloud becomes poem. So who? Now is that corner still hardballing in the fit, right? So who's now in the fit? Will that ever change? Will that ever, if they put the tight end over, if they put the back over here and we say solid right, is a will linebacker now in the fit? It never changes. The will linebacker will never, and against the pro set, be in the fit. He'll be a force player, so your gap is always outside the tight end or number 2. You are never a primary run defender, inside run defender. All you are is a force player, and if your tight end goes outside, your gap is outside that tight end. So our run support will always, in Camden, come from the flex side, which is the buck side. So it's, if you walk out, the buck linebacker's the guy. If you put this tight end in tight and they say solid right, who's in the fit? Huh? Corner. What gap would the Mike linebacker have here? A. What gap would the buck linebacker have? B. Depends whether we're sticking or not, right? And the corner would have the outside gap. That'll never change. It's already determined. That will never change. They can line up, we go 3 guys out here. Let's go 3 guys on this side. 2 tight ends line up out there. How does that affect us? Solid left, right?
Yep.
Tight end, tight end. Who are the primary run defenders now? Huh? The Mike. So where's the Mike's gap? There you go. What's the Will's gap? Outside is number 2. So who's got the A gap? And who's got the corner? Because we're going to get the extra run defender from this side. It doesn't matter where the offset back is. Okay? We all understand that. That way it gives us a chance. We're not always falling. We can always say, okay, we're going to get our run support here regardless, period. That's what we're doing. It doesn't matter where they put the back, anything else. We're going to make our solid call and go. Once corner, you're on the flex side, you're in the run fit. Buck, you'll always be in the run fit one way or the other. Will, the only thing you'll ever have is force responsibility, period. We all understand that.
Yes, sir.
Real important that you guys understand that. Okay? Any other questions about that? That should be an easy defense for you guys to understand. We could call that ought to be a down off as far as it's a mental break. There aren't any adjustments in it other than maybe going the palms instead of a cloud or hardball. Okay? Any questions about what we've talked about so far this week? Okay, understand, guys. Why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? Why are we doing this for an hour a day? An hour 3 times a week?
So you can get lined up better.
Huh?
So you get lined up. Better unit.
Absolutely. All those things. But here's what you guys got to understand, fellas. And I'm going to turn that. You can turn that off, please.